In today's video, I am going to talk about advantage of leaf spring. Leaf springs. In my previous video, if you remember, I talked about air suspension for trucks. Today, I'm talking about leaf spring suspension. If you had anything about leaf spring or about suspension, what usually comes to your mind? What comes to your mind is leaf spring. What a leaf spring suspension is a kind of metal stacked on each other, different sizes, in order to work to absorb vibration on trucks. As far as small cars is concerned, leaf spring is dead. It's not living again. But when it comes to trailer, truck, van, and other heavy duty, even when it comes to commercial vehicle, in fact, leaf springs still remain their choice. So let's analyze the advantage and the advantage of leaf spring over air suspensions. Remember, in my previous video, I analyzed the advantage of air suspension leaf. Now, I'm going to turn to leaf spring. Let's go ahead. The number one, the construction of leaf spring is simple and very strong. Leaf suspension is the king of heavy load. When it comes to heavy load, leaf suspension is the best. 2. Your leaf spring suspension support the weight of chassis and making it ideal for commercial vehicles. That's number 2. I'm going to mention about 8 to 9 of them. Leaf spring has the ability to deal with vertical load. How? What is that power? Because of the layers of metal put on each other that make up the basis of anatomy of leaf spring, and that helps leaf spring suspension the ability to withstand vertical load. That is number 3. What is number 4? Number 4 is they also offer huge support. Huge support between the wheel and the axle of the truck chassis. Remember where it is located? It's always located on the axle. Number 5. Leaf spring remove the burden of stabilizer in many cases. Not in all cases, but in many cases, leaf spring remove the burden of stabilizer. So you can see this advantage of leaf spring. It still remains. Which one is the next one? Number C. That's number C. The vehicle can continue journey even if one of the spring got broken. Though it has a limited place it can go or limited kilometer it can move again, at least you can still drive it to a nearby truck workshop or to your house. But leaf spring still have advantage of it can still move few kilometers even if one of them got broken. So that is another advantage of leaf spring. And leaf spring continue, it is indeed cheaper to maintain and repair when compared to air suspension. Cheap to maintain, and also when it comes to repair, very cheap when it compares to air suspension. We all know air suspension, as I treated it in my previous video. Leaf spring, if one of the spring is broken, it can be replaced, that very one, not the whole thing. But when it comes to air suspension, as soon as it's deflated, you have to change the whole thing. So when it comes to cost of maintenance, leaf spring is the best. And when it comes to load, leaf spring can not only absorb or bear the vertical load, also transverse forces. It can also handle transverse forces. So that's another thing that we need to note about leaf spring. Then leaf spring give a truck a smooth ride, especially on rough terrain, by absorbing the vibration from the potholes and bumps on the road. So you can now see I've mentioned about 9 different advantages of leaf spring. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do well to subscribe to my channel and see how I talk a lot about diesel engine and anything that has to do with truck, anything engine, truck, and other things. Remember to subscribe to my channel and go to comment section, say something about the video. Thank you for watching me. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.